According to VUMC, the National Institute of Health states that there's an estimated 30 million people in the US alone with rare diseases. With that, 1 in 10 of these people are undiagnosed. These undiagnosed diseases can be rare, new forms of common diseases, or just new diseases in general. Do these statistics startle you? Well, that's why I believe that the medical system is flawed and needs improvements. Because even though if you don't know someone with a rare disease, what if it can affect you someday? As we know, the world's not as safe as it used to be medically, and I feel as though we don't focus enough on the unknown. I personally know someone, my mother has a rare disease that's uncurable, but we'll talk about that later on. And we're going to discuss today the disadvantages of the US medical system, my mother's disease, and how has it shaped me to be who I want to be in the future. So moving forward, the disadvantages of the health system. First off, it's expensive. With COVID-19, a lot of people lost their jobs. Not only that, their income, but also their health insurance. A lot of people now can't afford it, even though we're starting to get back to the way it used to be. Overall, people still can't recover from that economic loss. The second disadvantage overall to the medical system is not as efficient as other countries. For example, gene therapy, which is found in many other countries, is a way that scientists have made to repair one's defective genes, and it has been proven to be helpful towards cancer and things of that sort. But now we're going to talk about my mother and how the inequality in this health system has affected her. So it took 5 years to get a diagnosis for her disease. They believed for the longest time that she had carpal tunnel, which wasn't the case. And because of that, she's had to go all over the country, Kansas, St. Louis, everywhere in Missouri, out of state, you name it, she had to go. And thank the Lord we had insurance through my dad, because my mom was unable to work. She got fired, and we had to spend thousands upon medical treatment for her that in the end didn't work, and they kept trying to suggest that it was carpal tunnel when that wasn't the case. But what she actually has is something called fibromyalgia, which essentially attacks a person's nerves and makes it to where they are constantly in pain a good percentage of the time. And it also affects, of course, mood and things like that, but the main aspect of the disease itself is that it attacks one's nerves. So how has it shaped who I want to become in the future? I saw the inequalities that my mother had to face in the medical system, and I didn't like how that was. And I believe that if I want to make a change, if I want to see the change in the medical system, I need to be able to do that myself. I have to work towards that change. So that's why I want to become a pharmacist. I believe that through making new medicines, finding new ways to treat illnesses, that we can build a better society where people aren't in pain all the time. I don't know how many people suffer fibromyalgia or other diseases like it, but I know it takes a toll on people. My mother had to completely change her life, and it went from she was a happy-go-lucky woman to she's not as happy as she used to be. She tries her best, but it's kind of hard in 5th grade whenever you realize your mother's not who she used to be, and she's never going to get back to normal. But I believe that changing treatments and not just having preventative measures for numbing the pain is better, because all they do now is give her pain medication and say, this is what you have to deal with for the rest of your life. Good luck. In conclusion, there's many disadvantages to our medical system as we know it. My mother's story is a clear example of that. It shaped who I wanted to become and why I believe in music improvement and why I want to make that change. How would you feel if you or a loved one you knew had an incurable disease? That's why I want to try to prevent in the future. Thank you.